Yeah, they're more than fine. I've got chooks out in the back. I let the chooks out. I let the dogs out. My neighbour's got a cat that jumps the fence quite often. We've always got wild birds flying around. They're a highly trained animal. They're fully
Yeah.
stock proof. No interest in other dogs. You bring a little dog in. I've seen little dogs try to attack the bull Arabs, and the bull Arabs they don't care. They just walk away. Like if you have an owner, a particular owner that doesn't know how to handle the dog correctly or encourages something like that, well, yes, you are going to have an issue.
Right.
I feed them a good balanced diet. In winter, because it does get quite cold here where I hunt, they need more fat rather than anything for their
Mm-hmm.
energy to hold their weight. They'll need to be fed twice a day. Summer's a different story. Once a day, I find chicken carcass. I get that minced. They digest it quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
If we mix it with kibble, I don't try not to use much kibble, but when I do, I always make sure it's a good quality kibble.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the dog. Um, the younger pups, they usually grow fast and they grow quick into their big structure. They'll need a slight bit more calcium than what the older dog will need. Um, Look, I just give them a good balanced diet and they seem to
Mm-hmm.
work well. I don't proportion the food every day. I go by eye. I think that's the best way. They're looking a bit skinny. You gradually increase their feed over time. You don't just give them one or two big feeds and they're back to normal. If they're
Mm-hmm.
looking like they're a bit too much weight, you do the exact opposite. Instead of just not feeding them for 3 days, you cut back gradually daily. So I believe you have to go by eye. You need to know how hard the dog's working. If it's not being worked that hard and it's not that cold, probably a more protein diet would suit the dog. It really depends on the time of year and how hard you're hunting that dog. I
Mm-hmm.
believe if you're going on your big massive hunts, you're going to get several big pigs back to back, and you need your dog to back up every day. Things like your carb loading with your dog can be good. Um, your rice, your boiled eggs, stuff like that. I believe if you give them a good balanced diet, um, decent quality food, that's all they need.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they need. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. You don't have to overdo them with vitamins or whatever. The
Mm-hmm.
main thing, parasite free, no worms, no fleas, all that sort of stuff. They're regularly vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
The dog, it's got a nice coat on it. It's good to go.
Mm-hmm. Right. And do they with the short coat? Do you ever have any issues with their skin, or are they just due to their rustic nature they're okay with out in the climates?
Yeah, look, like they're fine. They do take a couple of days to adapt. Say if you go from extreme cold to extreme heat, they will need a couple of days to get used to that heat. But once they're used to it, they're fine. Their skin doesn't really come into it. They can hold their heat in winter, although once you start getting your zero or minus zeros, it's a good idea to put a jacket on them through
Mm-hmm.
the night, through the day, even when they're not in laying in sun. I believe they need to lay in sun a few hours every day at least. Um, so look, they handle it fine. It doesn't hurt to put a jacket on them though.
How many dogs do you have right now?
I have 5 in my backyard at the moment. Yeah.
And what's kind of your daily routine with your dogs? Like, say, when you're not gonna hunt, what do you exercise them, or do any kind of training, or is just you let them rest?
Exercise wise, because I do regularly hunt, I try and go 2 to 3 times a week. That's enough exercise for me. I don't like to over exercise them. If I
Right.
do believe they're getting a bit worn out or burn out, I'll cut back on their hunting. I'll rotate dogs. I won't hunt a dog as hard as it should if I believe it needs a rest. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, it doesn't need more exercise. What it does is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to get up an hour before work, I let them all out. I give them their fresh water, fill their buckets up. If I'm not going hunting that night, I will give them a feed in the morning and night. If I am going hunting that afternoon, I might give them a small feed. Our routine is different on the age of the dog. Usually, when I first get a small pup, I like to do the basic sit, stay, wait for your food method. Once
Mm-hmm.
the body grown up and know it can handle jumping on the back and off and on a ute tray of a ute.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm ready, I'll spend a couple of hours every day with each dog, getting them on the ute, getting them off the ute on command, getting them into the dog crate, getting them out of the dog crate on command, teaching them simple things around the house, what to do, what not to do. Yeah, you need to spend a lot of time with them to get the best result. Like any dog, the more you put in, the more you get out.
Right. And does your whole family get involved?
I've got two young kids. They have no choice because my wife likes coming hunting, so if she comes with me, they have to come pretty much. But they enjoy it. They enjoy the dogs. When they were born, they were all raised around dogs. The first day we got them home, they love the dogs. The dogs love them too. They go out there, and sometimes I've come in the backyard, and the dog's been painted green and things like this. Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.